Hi, Anula, how are you? Hope you're well. Hi, Eliane. Just going to give it a couple of minutes, get those who've just been doing the HIIT class to refresh and join in. Hi, Beck. Beck. Good stuff. Lisa and Lars are in the room. Well, Lisa definitely is. Lars might be hiding behind the sofa. Hopefully Frosty's making her way in. I hope, Pauline. Should we get another about 30 odd seconds or so? Hi, Derek. Your fave bits come in now. I know what you mean, Lisa. Oh, funny. Right. My little sweet cheeks. Coolio, enjoy later, Nula. So, would you do it tonight? Let me know. Any questions? Have a lovely day. You can't hear me? Oh no. Any better? Let me know, Meg. Is that any better? Hi, Lars. Can you guys hear me okay? Hi, Anne. So Meg can't hear me. Can you guys hear me okay? It might be Meg. Silly question. Have you got your mute on? I've done it so many times on the computer. Mutant. You're mutant, yeah. So Lisa and Lars, can you hear me? Hello. Perfect. Thanks, Eliane. Okay, Meg, so hopefully you can find the sound. So give a go with that mute button on the whatever you're listening on. Amount of times I've pressed it by mistake. Right. Okay. So again, all you're going to need is your mat, a towel or a block for your head, or a cushion for when we're doing the roll downs to practice to support yourselves. And we'll crack on. Oh, yeah. Oh, put your shoes on. So you haven't got your shoes on yet, guys? Feel more comfortable without your shoes on? Oh, that's nice. Perfect. Right, let's get ready to rumble. So stand in a nice neutral stance. We're going to work up from our feet. So have active pressure to the floor. Feel how your toes are on the floor. balance out the weight between our toes, the ball of our foot and our heel. And just gently rock forward. So we're not lifting our toes or lifting our heels, we're just going to lean forward, back to neutral and lean back. It's a tiny movement. We're just trying to reconnect with the floor. Now the soles of your feet feel sort of gripping for their life on the floor. Perfect. So working our way up our body. Our knees are soft, so not fully locked out, they're just slightly off. Full extension coming straight up to your pelvis. I think about your pelvic floor. Draw that in. So sort of scoop it all up and in and engage your pelvic floor. And just sort of zipping up your innards, things up and in and engaged. If you can feel your ribs are sort of more tucked in here. So breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Think about keeping those ribs nice and tight. And the core engaged, pelvic floor up and in. Ribs tight. Fill out through the sides of your ribs. As you breathe out, funnel those ribs. Really, having contact with them really helps you visualize what you're trying to do. So we're not trying to distend our ribs and breathe out and squeezing them together. A couple more breaths. Fill the ribs. Squeeze the rib cage together. Nice and tight. Perfect. So have your hands to the side. Let's look to the left. Try to keep your traps and your shoulders nice and relaxed. Dance to your left. Back to centre. To your right. And centre. One more time to your left. And centre to the right. Centre. Perfect. Let's drop our chin gently now. Again, think about your traps. Don't let them tense upwards. So sort of depressing your shoulders as you lower your chin. Back to neutral. Look up to the ceiling. Again, keep your shoulders pushed down. And back to neutral. Good job. A little roll of those shoulders, so you're activating the shoulder blades. Again, visualize them, the bone of your shoulder blades rolling over your rib cage. With a range of motion as possible. Up more. Perfect. We'll do a standing saw whilst we're here, then we're going to go down to the floor. So have your arms up to the side. We're going to have our neutral stance with our feet. We're going to change our feet now to give ourselves more of a Pilates stance. So have your legs together. Make sure your pelvic floor, everything else is not nice and tucked in. So rotate those femurs, that forces your toes out. So your calves are touching and your quads are active. So you're nice and strong, suck your pelvis in. Perfect. A nice deep breath in, arms out to your side. Breathe out as we rotate. Keep those feet nice and flat. Perfect. Breathe into centre. And stretch off your way. Keep it nice and tight on the floor. Breathe out, rotate. Breathe into centre. Breathe out and rotate. Into centre. Out and rotate. Breathe into centre last time. Breathe out and roll your arms. Perfect stuff. Okay, let's get down to the floor. So bring yourself down nice and gently and get to our neutral positions. So we'll start with our chin and then we're going to do our shoulder releases, then work our way down the body. So our neutral chin, we're sitting on the crown of our head. Our airway is nice and open. So we have a neutral chin. Extension will be far all the way up here where I have an arch in my cervical vertebrae. Or if I have my head too flat, I've squashed my head away. So your neutral chin is spot in the middle of those two. Let's work on those shoulders now. So extend both your arms up, have your palms facing each other, and have them, if you were going overhead, at the other side of your shoulder, so they're not too narrow. Let those shoulder blades drop onto the floor so you feel you've got your hands wide enough apart. Let's extend both hands up to the ceiling and drop them down. We're going to do 5 more of these. I want you to feel how your shoulder blades are nice and flat on that mat. So 5 more, extend up, drop those shoulder blades. So don't control them down if you can. Let them drop, keeping your arms straight. 2 more. Good stretch up, drop them down. So keep that nice neutral chin, last time up, and drop down. Now, think about how your shoulder blades feel on the floor. Rotate your palms from facing each other to facing your feet. Nice soft elbow. Lower your arms down to the floor. Keep those shoulder blades into the floor. Okay? You're going to feel a little bit of resistance. Working our way down the body, you'll find that hopefully you've already got a natural arch in your back because you've got the shoulder blades pinned. So that will be our neutral pelvis, where our ribs and our hips are level. You're going to play with finding a neutral pelvis. You tilt your pelvis up so your lower back pins into the mat, so bits and bobs are facing up. And go completely the opposite direction, so you're tilting your pelvis, your bits and bobs are facing down, and you have a bigger arch in your back. So the neutral pelvis is going to be in between those two. Again, hips and ribs are nice and level. My shoulder blades are pinned into the floor, got the crown of my head on the mat, my throat is open. Going down to my hips, now the back of my pelvis is on the floor, my legs are hips width apart, and my feet are flat. You should sit here for a moment, apply pressure through your hands and through your feet. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Think again that keeping the ribs nice and tight. The pelvic floor up and in, zip it all up, ribs tight. Couple more breaths. Roll those ribs in on the breath out. Really focus on keeping that core active in the in-breath and the out-breath. Perfect. Okay, so let's put our hands over the chest of our hips. So our thumbs on the side, our fingertips are over the top. Let's tilt our pelvis now, so our lower back is imprinted into the mat, and you can feel your back of your pelvis, and your lower back is imprinted. Hopefully under your fingertips you'll see how your core is activated, but focus on drawing in the muscles that are across your hip bones, keeping them in nice and tight. We're going to go for 4 extensions of the leg. So have a nice deep breath in, make sure everything's engaged and pinned, and slowly and control extend your right leg. Don't let anything drop out. Keep that pelvis flat, that back flat. Extend the leg and draw them back in. You've got to focus on keeping that pelvis and lower back pinned and that core engaged. We're going to go 4 on our right. Go nice and steady in your own time, keeping it tight. Keep your fingers hooked over your hip bones if you wish. You can feel that core is active. At any time it drops out, stop, reset, and carry on. We've got 1 more on my right hand side. Perfect. And next. So that's my neutral pelvis position, flat arch in my back, hips and ribs are level. Let's reset our breath and go to our left hand side, again 4. Then nice deep breath in, tilt your pelvis so the back of your pelvis and the lower back is imprinted. Fingers over your hips into your core. Let's go 4 on our left. So keep everything pinned into that mat, extend the left leg, keep it tight, keep your breath tight, draw it back in. At any time you should reset, do so. Everything beautifully tight, back that pelvis is pinned. Resist the urge, is going to be, your body's going to want to lift up, push against it. Number 2, keep that core tight. Last one. Perfect. Relax back to neutral. If you loosen our pelvis, we'll draw your feet together so they're touching side by side. We're going to keep our left leg straight up. We're going to open out our right like a petal. So pull them nice and tight, touch your pelvis, so your core is engaged and back is imprinted. Squeeze your glutes and open out with your right leg. Don't engage your bum until you can drop out. Don't want that. It lifts up the left-hand side of your pelvis. So keep that full part, that lower back, and the full pelvis flat on the floor. So let's go for 3 more on the right-hand side. Squeeze those glutes, open out your right hip, control and drawing in at the same nice control center. 3 more. Think about your back of your pelvis and your lower back is inflated. Core tight, bum tight. Open out that hip. So 2 more. Not about getting open as far as possible, keeping that pelvis nice and flat. Perfect. Other sides, again, our back is still imprinted. You can feel our lower pelvis and our lower back into the mat. Right leg's going to stay up. We're going to take out our left leg before. Then keep your glutes nice and tight. It restricts the movement, but it keeps your pelvis flat. 2 more. Core is still engaged. And rest. Back to neutral. Breathe. Okay, so this time both legs are going to come out. So nice deep breath in, tilt your pelvis, make sure your lower back and your pelvis are inflated. Core nice and tight, really draw this in, you're going to work with these muscles. Open out like a hook, so the soles of your feet are touching, your glutes engaged, so we're not dropping fully out. Keep imprinted into that mat, and have 4 more, so 5 in total. Strong legs, strong bum, core tight and imprinted, really squeeze. Two more. Perfect, and rest, back to neutral. Okay, so now we're going to work on our 100. So we have a total of 3 feet positions. Where we are now, so our feet are back being hip distance apart. This is the beginning situation. You have your tabletop, your lower back is imprinted, your pelvis is imprinted, your legs are up at 90 and 90. Or you have your active legs, and depending on how strong or how experienced you are, today you have your legs for the 100. The lower the legs are, the more difficult the exercise. You must keep the lower back pinned to the ground. You can keep your head on the floor, have your head on the pillow, have your chin tucked and peeled up. You can do that concentrating your core, looking down at your navel, keeping that drawn in. As soon as you see this part of your tummy pop out, stop and reset and drawing back in. You don't want to be working on muscles in distended, so sticking out position, but drawn in, nice and tight like a corset. Okay? So, let's get our 100 done. So I'll change my leg positions as I go through so you can see the different variations. You're welcome to change any time. If you go for a hard one, you get tired, come down to the easier version, but keep that form in the core. So let's go. Nice deep breath in. Then put into spine. Tilt your pelvis. Shoulders up off the floor. Core nice and tight. Let's go for our first 100. I'm going to keep my legs on the floor to start off with. My airway is still open. My chin is tucked, but my airway is open. Really drawing in my core. Stopping it in, filling those ribs. Onto my tabletop position. Okay. So lower yourself back down from that when you are done. Back to our neutral position, so the crown of your head, nice neutral chin, flatten your shoulder blades, neutral pelvis, feet on the floor, and let's breathe. Good job. Okay, it's really important to get settling your ribs and drawing in as much as possible. Don't get them drawn into your spine and keeping this bit as flat and drawn in as possible. Great stuff. Whee! Right, just going to cause slight relax, and then we're going to snuff our hips a bit more. Extend your right leg, so your left leg is still on the floor. We're going to do our hip rotations. Again, think about your thigh bone in the socket of your pelvis. Rotate, do a nice range of motion. If you 5 more twists, nice and slow and steady, don't rush in. Perfect. Lower down your right leg. Plant your foot and extend your left. Inhale a softening and moving that thigh bone in the socket. Pause the breath. One more. Perfect. Okay. Full rest. Just think about your breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, drawing your breath in, or letting tight up the torso. So we're going to do our roll up and down for those that have the strength so far. Those who are learning again, do your bottom phase. You're getting yourself up as far as you can comfortably and going down slow and controlled. Think about curling every bone of your spine up and go down. Those doing the full roll up, I'd have your knees bent or your knees straight. If your knees are bent, it's probably a little bit less strain on your core. So any pregnant ladies, it's better to have your knees bent. It's a little bit of strain out of your rectal abdominis. Or have your legs straight for non-pregnant people. So it's hard with your legs straight, have your legs bent. You're going to have slightly easier, take the strain off the centre, or just working in that bottom phase, bring it up as far as you can and back down. Let's go for our 5 roll-ups. So choose your position. Let's get a nice deep breath in, tuck your chin. Left fingers up and in. Nice and fresh. Perfect. You want to drop your chin, core tight, into the cogs of the wheel. Don't rush any part of the motion. Simply have the control at any time to go back up or back down. Number 2. So at this point here, I'm sort of stretching backwards, arching my back and stretching out my core. I take my breath in, drop my chin, feel my shoulders up. At this point, I'm going to come into my mat, and I can feel myself up there. 2 more. My last one, we're going to stay in that position. Perfect. Right, roll like a ball. When the guys are working on strength, have your cushion or block behind you, and let it catch your back as you roll back. Really think on the shape of our pelvis. If you have any practice while we're here, take your feet wider for those who are struggling with the roll like a ball. Push yourself in between your legs, like all in black, I might say. I've got a wide foot stance, and I'm pulling myself off my hip bones and trying to get my bits and bobs down to the floor so you can feel a different shape in your pelvis. Let's just try a couple of days to see how that feels. Excuse me, even as that can do it, it's a lovely stretch anyway. So wide foot stance, round your back, so So you fall off your sit bones as if you're doing a Russian twist, and roll yourself up onto your sit bones. Roll them up. Okay. Depending on your structure, you might feel like it's a bit of a plonk because you fall up and off that position. That's great to practice with wider leg stretch. You're going to feel the core in your groin as well. That's what you need to practice on, is that roll back. So for those who are going to have the cushion behind you, start nice and tall, then tuck your chin around your back and fall off your sit bones. Have your cushion behind you, just roll back a little bit and come back up. You pick your cushion, come back up. Right. So let's get ready to roll like a ball. Let's go for 5. Again, we don't go to the head, it's just to the shoulder blades. So draw your legs in, and don't go too tight into the ball. Be nice and neutral, so you draw your belly button up and in. Let's fall off our sit bones so our feet are off the floor. Nice deep breath in, belly button to spine, tuck your chin, lift your ribs. And just your shoulder blades. 4 more. Really draw that core up and in. Perfect. We're going to try a couple. Controlling the speed of your ball. So you really have to think about your core. I can hear Lars swearing at me already and Derek. Sorry about that. We're going to control the speed that you go down. You've got more control than you think. You're going to feel more of the abs directly under your bottom rib. So again, it's quite diaphragmatic because we're lifting, it's a big word for a Friday, we're lifting everything up and into our diaphragm. So that's where we want to keep that core nice and tight. So think hands under ribs, shove it all up in there, and control the speed of your ball. So think about hitting your lower vertebrae first. So control it, control it, control it. And back up again. So control the pace of the lower. Let's try 3 more, really lovely and slow. Basically go as slow as you can. On the way down. Ow, 2 more. Last one. Perfect. Good way to practice. Take the tempo out and hopefully you're feeling it right into your ribs. You've got a belt. Empire line. Right, good job. Open leg rockers. So we're going to start off very low just a moment ago with our feet slightly wide stance. Take a nice deep breath in, belly button spine, fall off your sit bones. So exactly what we were just practicing a moment ago. So your feet are off the floor and you're sitting on that part of your pelvis, which is relatively comfortable. Relatively is my caveat. So draw your pelvic floor up and in, zip up the innards. Let's extend our left leg for a count of 5. So if your hamstrings are a little bit too tight, you can still have a bent knee. Let's think about where we are sitting on our pelvis, and the core is up and in. 4, my counting's terrible. 3, 2, 1. Perfect, lower that leg back in. We haven't gone back to the floor. It's getting used to sitting off our sit bones. Okay, reset your breath. So draw that breath in, belly to spine, everything up and in. Extend your right leg and hold for a count of 5. Again, tight hamstrings, keep that slight flex in the knee. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Lower that feet. Take yourself back forward off your sit bones. Have a really relax. And next we're going to go through 2 legs together. Okay. If you rather stick one followed by the other, you're getting your stability perfect. Or fall down, go perfect at the same time. Okay. So back to neutral. So feet planted, nice deep breath in. Deep belly button to spine. Fall off your sit bones. Legs are off. Both legs in 3, 2, 1. Look, yeah, so 5 seconds. So it's really going to think pelvic floor up and in. Everything up into that diaphragm. 3 more seconds. 2, 1. Perfect. Bend the knees. Bring them onto the floor. Good job. Ready for full Monty? So you're going to go left, then right, then both. When they're both out, you're going to draw them in, draw them out, and down. Okay? If at any time you need to rest and put your feet down, you can do so. Feel your core drops out at any time, stop and restart. All about pelvic floor up, in, zip, up, hook in. And breathe, blink, and concentrate. Okay, so are you ready for the whole lot? So nice deep breath in, open the spine, draw everything up into your diaphragm, fall off your sit bones so your feet are off the floor. Let's go left for 5, 4. Find that balance place. 3, 2, 1. Change right. 4, 3. Keep all up and in. 2, 1. Perfect. Down both legs together for 5, 4. Draw it in. 3, 2, 1. Legs together. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take them back out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Bend your knees. Take it forward. Find a comfy sitting place. Nice. Good job. Good job. Perfect. Right. Side plank positions, please. So we're going to be side planking on our elbows. If you're properly building your hands, that's great. It's more strain on the shoulder, but easily built up over time. So we're going for a side plank, which is going to hold for a count of 5. This is a Georgia count of 5, so imagine you're a 10. So you're still building up the strength of your side plank, bring your top leg up over the front, and push up with that front foot. You can get the lower body following position. So try and have your elbow directly into your shoulder. We're going to extend our top arm up. Okay? So that's if you're working on your strength in your back, top leg over the top, or if you're happy, have both legs straight out. So let's get ready. I will start with a slight flex in my knee. It helps me get up into the position and then I straighten my legs out. So are we ready? So nice deep breath in, activate that core, push yourself up. So have your hand directly up to the ceiling, looking up to your fingertips. On 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. So feel a nice active waist and lower. So really keeping that core beautifully tight. Don't drop your hips. Great stuff. What we're going to do now are our rotations. So we're going to give us 3 nice and steady rotations. So we're going to go into our side plank, our foot extension, and reach through and under. Again, you can do this with your supporting foot over the top, but up into your side plank, you can still reach through. Okay, so if you're still working on balance, it's a great way to do it. It's a nice little hip stretch too. Okay, so let's give it 3 reach throughs. Nice deep breath in, then put the spine, engage the core, push yourself up into your plank position, all beautifully stacked, arms up. Let's go. So in your own time, reaching through. Keep everything tight and active. At the top, we've got 2 more. Give it a nice rotation. Third and final. Perfect. My feet are slowly sliding away from the bottom. Nicely done. Little rest, so take your shoulder out from your arm. Bring your top leg over. Just going to rest and stretch out, relax that shoulder for a moment. And we're all going to do the next exercise with our front leg on the floor. Okay, right. So back in position, then onto your elbow. Bring your top leg over. We're going to get ourselves up to our side plank position, pushing through that toe to get us up. So everything feeling beautifully controlled. Core is drawn in, have an active waist. Arms up to the ceiling. And we're going to go for 5 hip drops. So 5, all tight. 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. So you're going to feel that more in your obliques as you're coming back up. Let's change hands. Okay. Ready for a normal side plank, so no movement, no rotations, just a static side plank. Again, have your leg over the top if you're working on your strength. So nice deep breath in, open to spine, engage everything, activate that waist, push yourself up, arm up to the ceiling, looking up through your fingers. 5, solid core, 4, 3, 2, 1, perfect, and lower yourself down. Then rest. Good job. 3, reach through spinning next. Again, if you want your supporting leg over the top, you're still going to feel the exercise, just gives you a bit more stability. Okay, reach through. Let's get ready, deep breath in. Activate everything, push the ground away, hands up, and in your own time, 3, lovely controlled, 3, slightly longer. Perfect. Then you rest, take the weight off your elbow. We've got our hip drops next. Then rest, and that top leg over to your chin. Slightly more comfy. Okay, so back into positions. Ready for our side plank, so we're all going to have our top leg over. We're going to push through again to get ourselves into our side plank position, and then 5 hip drops. Again, keep that core lovely and tight, active way, so don't drop your midsection. So are we ready? Deep breath in. Bend the spine, push yourself up into your side plank position, fully extend your arms, get open your shoulder girdle, and drop your hips. 5. Keep the core tight. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. 1. And lower. Perfect stuff. Let's roll ourselves onto our knees. So any pregnant ladies, please don't do this one. You do your stretches on your hands and knees, but not to be fully flat on your tummy, please. Okay, so let's have a little breath. So hands in a little diamond on the floor, rest your forehead. Okay, so a little bit of hamstrings first. You will draw your hands around the side and push yourself up onto your elbows. So what I'm looking for here is that your thighs are in contact with the floor, but your pelvis isn't, so your back is activated. So what I don't want is an arc, we're pushing our hips into the ground. It's more of a straighter back, so our shoulder blades are nice and active. You sort of roll them back and set them into place. Our thighs are touching the floor, our hips are off. So we have no strain going through our lower back, but our glutes are engaged. So we're going to do our hamstring first. We're going to bring up the right leg and across and straighten. It's not going to be that, you're going to feel it kicking about there and then pulsing in. So we're going to go for 5 on this side. A strong active legs out to create that tension. 2 more. Up and scrunch. Create the tension in the muscles. Your core is really tight, your glutes are engaged, there's no strain going through your lower back, changing legs. So my left leg up and crunch. So keep the tension. The glutes are tight, the core is tight, there's no pressure whatsoever in your lower back at this point. If there is, you're not quite in the right position. I will rest until you finish. Re-engage your glutes and core. And straighten you back. Last one. Perfect. And rest. So all the way back down to the ground, hands in a triangle, head on hands, and breathe. We're going to do 2 on our lower backs. So do a nice deep breath in. We're going to the spine. This time we're going to keep our hips on the floor, so we're pushing our hips into the ground, engaging our glutes and our legs and activating our Pilates legs. We're going to take our arms around to the side into our fork position. We're going to think about those shoulder blades, drawing the elbows back. Everything nice and tight, and it's hold for 5, gaze to the ground. 4, squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Lower yourself back down. This time we're going to take the arms out to the front and scoop them round back into the swan. Okay? So almost start to the bottom area, nicely breath in. Going for the spine. Activate those legs and glutes, push those hips into the ground, that chest is up off the floor. Extend your arms in front, face to the ground, scoop them round, and point towards your toes. Really strong and powerful. Keep your lower back, your glutes. Legs, point to toes, 3 more seconds, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 2, 1, and rest. Perfect. Hands back in front, head on hands and legs. Super, cat and cow. Roll your hands down to the side, plant your toes, bring yourself up. Let's get to a box position. So look at your posture, your hands are directly under your shoulders, your knees are directly under your hips, core lovely and tight. Let's go for the cat first. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, then think pelvic floor, so up, up and in, so it's all put up in here. Then drop your head and drop your hips, push through the heels of your palm. Really arch your back as much as possible. 2, 1. Perfect. Back to neutral. We're going to go into the cow stretch now. So same again, draw the breath in. Sit everything, pelvic floor, squeeze your bum. I'm going to drop, so lift our head, lift our hips. Keep the core lovely and tight. If your body as long as possible, you should feel a pull of your abs through your sternum to pubis. That's what we're looking for. Really stretch out that range. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Back to neutral. Now to your forearms, just to rest our wrists and do them again. Really good. So back onto our wrists. Recheck the posture. So make sure your hips are over your knees. Hands are directly under your shoulders. So nice deep breath in. Think pelvic floor, think glutes, and zip in those cores. Let's go for our cat first. Drop your head, drop your hips. Perfect. Back to neutral. Reset. So deep breath in. Pelvic floor, glutes, everything. Go with different directions. So head up, hips up, really keep everything tight. Feel a stretch in the sternum pubis, working those ab muscles. And back to neutral. Good job. Down to your forearms, onto your haunches. Stretch my hands from the mat and stretch out. Good step. Onto your forearms. Back up onto your hands and knees. What we're going to do here is plant our toes underneath. We're going to go up into our downward dog. We're going to have our arms in line with our hands and sweat up. So starting nice and neutral in your box. Nice deep breath in. Draw everything up against that diaphragm. Drop your head onto your toes. Push the ground away. If you feel a bit more set in your hamstrings, you can lower your heels to the ground, but don't worry about that. Core loving tight with the elbows up and down. Think about your split back heel at this point. Drop your head in. Good job. So now head nice and core nice and tight. Reach through now, lean your weight forward so your hands are directly out over your shoulders. Slight rest. It says. Reset your breath. Go with the spine, everything nice and tight. Back into position. So drop that head to the middle. you're feeling stable, extend one leg. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Back to neutral. If you have too much blood in your head, take your weight forward again. Change legs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to neutral. Take your weight forward. Bend your knees. Forearm crunches. Bench press. Weight down. So back up to our forearms, back up to our hands and knees. What we'd like to do is going to do a hip flexor and a hamstring stretch. So bring one leg through. Again, think about your angles, all at the 90 degrees. So from the bottom foot up to the top leg and out. So keep your hips facing forward. And what we're going to do is roll forward. If you have any pain in your knee, please don't do this. And just wait until you do the back one. So hip flex, stretch forward, feeling on the front of your extended legs, the back leg, front of the thigh. So core nice and tight, keep the hips facing forward. Draw back to neutral, then push back. So you're now going to feel it on the back of your straightened leg, your front leg. You're good. And any strain in your knees, please don't do this. Just wait until we finish the exercise. Take it forward, again for your hip flexors. Back to neutral, last time pushing back. So if you can get all, that's what's going to happen. You can go back if you wish, if you need to. Be mindful of your knees. It's best to stay slightly up. Good job. Change legs over. And so those who have trouble with your knees, if you get yourselves up to standing, we'll be there very shortly. So starting off in our 90s, core nice and tight. Take it forward for your hip flexor stretch on this back leg. Back to neutral, take it back for the hamstring stretch of your front leg. Back to neutral, take it forward. Neutral and back for the last time. Perfect, back to neutral. Hands on that bent knee at the top, bent toes behind, bring yourselves up. Perfect. So let's have our legs quite nice and wide, so just widen the shoulder. We're going to begin standing tall. So nice deep breath in, rotate round, and center, change. One more time. Final. Perfect. Lower your arms, bring your legs into a neutral stance, and stretch down one side. And you're stuck in between two panes of glass, so don't lean forward. Draw your leg down, your hand down your leg. Pause, back up. Good job. Shoulders moving. 4, 2, 1. Perfect stuff. Let's do a back articulation. We'll do one leg maybe slightly more soft. So tuck your chin, we're going to think about bone by bone. So again, your neck bones, or your rib bones, or lower back ribs. Down to the floor. Forward. Curl ourselves up again. Think about the bones as you come up. They're not actually thinking. Okay. One more time. So this time we'll do the walk out. So, tuck your chin, bone by bone. Nice and steady, curl yourself down. If your hamstrings are very tight and you can't get much lower, go to a wider stance. So take your feet further out. And have a go and walk out as far as you feel comfortable. And walking back in. Okay, so what we're looking for is get the core nice and tight, everything up in, thinking like a stomach vacuum. If you have either way, have a go and walk out. Take your hands out, go off your heels onto your tip toes. And control. Lower, back up. Pull back in, get those heels down as soon as possible. Then we curl. Very, very, very great. So even with the roll down, that means having your legs much further apart, your knees are soft, so you get your hands down for a walk out. Perfect, just get you used to being in that slightly inverted position. Good stuff. Okay, nice, deep breath in. Neutral feet up to the ceiling, up to your tiptoes. Arms down, relax. And your own recovery breaths here. And finally breathe up, arms up, breathe in. Push the ceiling away. Breathe out, hands down. And shake. Roll your shoulders. Stand nice and tall. So think again from your pelvic floor. Draw it all in, zip it up. Stand nice and tall, look to your left. Let's keep your traps nice and level, pushing your shoulders down. Back to neutral, look to your right. Neutral left one more time. Keep all drawn in, neutral, right. Curve your chin down, again think about those traps, don't let them rise up. Back to neutral, pushing your shoulders down, take your head up. Back to neutral. Last but little. And that's your right finger. Nice again, guys. Perfect Monday. So we'll see you. Pilates is Monday, but we've got Fit Over 50s tomorrow. I'll do 11 o'clock. Ciao, ciao for now. Any questions, let me know.